Hey, how's it going? We're going to be doing a little bit of a mod today. If anybody remembers this controller here, there was the brain power controller I picked up about a month or two ago, and it showed up at my door blown up. Apparently the guy, see that? Yeah, that's not that good there. I'll try over here. There. Anyway, it showed up at my door blown up. I replaced half the FETs and got it working again. Unfortunately, when you blow up a ebike controller, 50% of the time, even if you do get it to function again, there's underlying problems with the pick or anything else. From what I can tell on this controller, what's happened is basically the guy probably overvolted it to like 80 or 90 volts, and the internal regulator didn't blow up. What it did is it basically couldn't handle the voltage, and instead of delivering 5 volts to the pick and the rest of the board, it delivered probably 6 or 6.5 and lightly damaged everything. It does still work, it's just that there's no throttle. The throttle lines and the pass sensor are both working in a way that they don't have a ramp up and ramp down. It's basically when you hit the throttle, it's just on or off, which is obviously no good. So what we're going to do is I have another one here. It's the same brand, but it's just a very obviously more powerful one. This one doesn't have the extra pass sensor and the dongle for the display. So what I want to do is open them both, and I'm pretty sure the RX and TX will be on this board as well. So it should communicate with this. That's the plan anyway. So what we're going to do first of all is we're going to hook this up to this controller, power it up, make sure it works. And then we're going to remove the dongle from the controller and hook this straight up to power and see what it says when it's not communicating with the controller. I'm pretty sure it'll just have a big E in the middle, but I don't know. This will set a baseline, so when we go to hook it up to the other controller, we'll be able to see if it's communicating with the pick on the other controller, because it won't give us an error. But I don't know if it's going to give us an error or not. It might work without it. You could use it as a voltmeter, but nothing else would work. So let's get this open and have a look at the board, and then we'll power it up. Power it up. Oh, great. Good guess. I'm not too sure why there's security screws on this. Oh, that's not working too well. Oh, there's that. Give me a minute. Yeah, I don't remember there being security screws on that. I'm not too sure why they used them. Wow, I'm really missing my electric screwdriver right now. I cheaped out and bought one with lead acid battery instead of lithium, and the thing basically cooked itself when it was plugged in. Anyway, there's the board. Yeah, so you got XS and SH. That would be your communication port, would be my guess. This one is on its way out anyway, so let's pull it apart. This one is officially for parts. Oh, another thing I want to try that I will share with the members only is I want to try switching out picks. Be great to modify controllers if you can switch the picks out. That way you could say put a 48 volt pick in a 79 volt controller, totally overvolt the thing, or the other way around. Anyway, let's see what we got here. Peel off, and a lot of silicone here. Yeah, I kind of lucked out when I repaired this the first time that I didn't have any damaged gates. Alright, so from what I can see here, and you can see, our ground is basically ground. Red is our power lead, and the power lead goes right to pack voltage. So the full pack voltage will be going to the display. So it's not going through the regulator, which is right there. And then we got the yellow that is going to VCC, and the other two would be our communication, the blue and the blue and the green. Let's see, blue is 612, whatever the hell that is. And blue. Okay. I was more worried about the red and the ground. So let's some wire cutters and cut that off. I forgot to power it up. It's alright. We already know it works with this. I already know anyway. So okay, so what we're going to do is cut these short just in case we have to trace them out again. There we go. Let's get rid of this. And what we'll do is we'll quickly power it up just to see if it gives us an error message. We can go from there. So this power supply here is rated for 50 volts. And center pin is positive. And then our ground. And turn it on, you should just have to hold this. Okay, it didn't give us an error message. Oh, there, it's giving us one at the top there. It says E, but other than that, everything is working as it should. Huh, interesting. So how do you know if this is really working? I guess the other way to do it is just basically you solder to the other one the same points of the that the smaller controller had, and then put it on the bike and try it out. But I'm pretty sure that E there, that was, I think it was giving me the error message when it was on the small one too, so I know that hasn't changed. Interesting. Anyway, we'll try it out. You know, one thing I need to do is when I'm going to work on this bench from now on, you see all the marks I'm leaving. Future, I'll probably end up using a static mat. It's easier to clean than my computer mat. But I'm kind of packed up here. This is why I'm doing what I'm doing here. I'm going to be moving shortly, and I like to be prepared. Check if we even have the same mounting setup in this one. This is even going to work. It would be nice if we even put the pass sensor on it too, so I could use my my crank. This is the only downfall of this more powerful controller, is it doesn't have any of the extras. But one thing they're good at in China is adding all the extras to each board. It's cheaper to do it that way, just not adding the wiring harnesses unless you pay for it. There's what that looks like. This is the one that's been modified as well. This is the resistor I put in there. Alright, let's see. Give me a chance to have a quick look at it. Okay, so from what I can tell here, the layout on the board here and here are pretty much the same. F5 and F4 are your communication port for the display, and this one has exactly the same thing. The VCC is over here. The only difference is this one is yellow and leads going to it, and this one has orange. The single lead going to the main pack voltage actually on this one comes out to, I believe it's where is it? I think it goes to this one for the alarm, but I'm not going to use that, so what we'll do is we'll just cut that out and just go right off of that because it's already grounded. And that's it. The last thing we'll do is throw it on the bike and see if it'll, well actually the easiest way to tell would be to hook up the controller and hook this up and see if it'll actually turn on. That's a good sign because that means the controller will actually function. I do have a controller tester that's likely packed away, but that would show, it would give us a blinking light. Back in the day they would actually put LEDs on the controller to show you that it is functioning, but they don't do that anymore, which kind of blows. So yeah, let me get my soldering iron and we'll quickly solder it up and see what happens. I'm happy with my current setup for doing this kind of job, so I've decided to do what I was going to do eventually anyway. Eventually I'll have 2 desks with mats all the way down. This way I can work on these and I can work on batteries or vice versa. But yeah, what time I had today to work on this I used up doing this. So what we'll do is we'll make this a 2-part. And basically what I'm going to do is make it a vlog for members only. You know, they dig stuff like this. I'm pretty sure this will work. At most, the only thing that won't work will be the different modes, which is like 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. I don't think that would work. If the firmware isn't compatible with the firmware on the PIC, that won't work, but everything else will. I even think you'll be able to turn it off and on. But we will find out. So I'll see you in part 2. Later, guys.